Hello and welcome to a Ninjago Seabound set review. As you can see, today we've got Lloyd's Hydro Mech. There you can see the front of the box. And there we have the back of the box with all the features of the set. So now let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. And there it is, there is Lloyd's Hydro Mech, which is a lot better than I was expecting it to be. So yeah, we're going to start by taking a look at the minifigures. So we do get two, of course. We get Lloyd and then we get the MacLeod. So we'll start with Lloyd here. This is of course the scuba version of Lloyd, so he can breathe underwater. As you can see, he's got the black flippers there, all the torso and leg detailing, and you can see the face underneath the new kind of scuba diving mask piece. As you can see, you can put the sword in the air tank there. I suppose that's not going to be cutting through that because that would be a mistake. But yeah, there you can see that. This is a brand new rubber piece, as you can see. And the sword just goes in there. And then, taking off the mask, there we can see the back of the face. And then the first face. And then taking this equipment off, as you can see. This is all one big piece and it attaches to the legs there. So you've got this whole thing at the back there. And of course you can pull this off the neck, and then to take that off and look at the back, there we can see all of his back detailing. And then if we put the head back on, you can put the mask back on, but as you can see, the mouthpiece is actually on this rubber piece, so you do need both to actually make the full mask. So as you can see there, they fit together like so to make the complete mask. And yeah, that is pretty cool. So that is it for the Scuba Lloyd figure. Next up we've got the MacLeod, and as you can see, he's got the blue amulet here. This is the amulet of waves. And as you can see, it kind of shines in the light there, and it has got glitter in it, as you can see. So yeah, this is a different colour to the one we got earlier in the year, and it has got sparkles in it, which is pretty cool. So it's nice to get that in a nice cheap set. And then there is the figure. As you can see, he's got blue flippers, but I'm assuming they're meant to be his feet. He's got this weapon here, as you can see. And then the nice gold print on the torso, that cool headpiece with all the blue on there, the pyro snake headpiece, as you can see, and then there is the back print, which is a little bit obscured by the Mr. E armor piece, so there you can see that. And then if you want, you can just put the head on like so and not have the armor, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that is it for the two minifigures in this set. And here is the mech in all its glory, as you can see. So it's a pretty cool thing, as you can see with the pose that it's in right now. You can get it in some pretty cool little poses there. So you can see we've got the two arms here all the way up here, and we've got the nice blue and gold cockpit piece. And then there's the big bulky shoulder armor, as you can see. Then moving down, we've got this big claw here, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the legs, so you can see the first one with the feet there. And then we've got the other leg, as you can see. They're just on ball joints, as you can see. You can move the legs, of course, forwards and backwards. Kind of get a running pose if you want to. There are no knees, but it is pretty small, so it doesn't really need knees. And as you can see, we've got this little pipe here, which is kind of providing the whole suit with oxygen, so that they can use it underwater. And that just goes into here like so, and on there. There you can see we've got the cockpit piece, and that just connects on. You've got two ways to open this. You can just pull it like that, and then there's also this little bit that you can also pull down, which has the oxygen on, so you can have this all the way up but still kind of down. And in there is where you can stand Lloyd to pilot the mech. So you just put him in like so. You do have to take all his gear off, so the sword and the flippers, but yeah, he just stands in there. And there is a little bit of a problem because, as you can see, he does have to bend forward quite a long way to actually get in there, so it's probably better to take the oxygen tank piece off so you can actually get him to stand in there properly, which is a bit of a pain because otherwise this piece is just going to push him forward. As you can see, it's one of those little curved pieces. But yeah, you can just sit him in there like so, and then you can close the cockpit up, and then there you can see his head is in the little circle there, so that's pretty cool, in the little dish of the cockpit. So there you can see he can just sit and pilot the mech, Of course, it's not closed up at the side, which if this was a real submarine would be a bit of a problem, but you can just kind of use your imagination to imagine that this all closes up and seals the whole thing up. When Lloyd is in the mech, there is of course space on the back here where you can just attach the flippers, like so that you don't lose them. So they just sit there while Lloyd is in the mech. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice little afterthought that they put in there. And there is also one last feature with this little oxygen tank here that you can have, and that is that it can also act as a little sheath for the sword. So you can just put that in there and keep it for safe storage to save it being knocked out of the hand. As you can see, we've got the arm here. It's attached by a ball joint up here. Could go forwards and backwards. The backwards range is a little limited because of how it's attached, but not as much as the other side because of the big bulky shoulder armour. So as you can see, this one can go back a little bit more. We've just knocked the sword out there. So as for the sword, here it is. As you can see, it's pretty big but pretty simple, and it just clips into this hand here. So as you can see, it's just a simple hand. It clips in and it's got 3 fingers there, 2 of them which you can move, and then the thumb that just stays still. And then the hand is on a little ball joint, so you can turn it like so. So you can just flip that around, and then of course you can move the arm, move the elbow. So yeah, there's a lot you can do there. And then this other arm, as you can see, it just has this little claw on it. And then there you can see the sticker that's on there, presumably with a warning on it. And yeah, again, as you can see, it is kind of obscured by this big bulky armor piece. You can't really move it as much as the other one, but there is a really simple way you can just remove that like so. And then as you can see, you can get a lot more range of motion out of it. And without that on, the mech does look a little bit better. Though I still wish they put another one of these on this other side, which would have looked pretty cool. So yeah, you can have that like so. And as for this, as you can see, it's just got a little light on it there, and then that just attaches in like so. And then the armor piece can move a little bit, but yeah, it's just got that light so you can light up what you're seeing. And of course the arm here, you can just use that to grab a moray guard and whisk them away to the surface if you want to. So yeah, that's it for the mech. As you can see, you can kind of have the sword back ready to swing, or you can have the sword in mid-swing if you want, like so, or kind of deflecting something. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do with this, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for the mech. Now we can get on to the ratings for the set. So yeah, Lloyd's mech, pretty cool set, and definitely a lot better than I was expecting. Obviously I've already said about my problems with this big shoulder armour here, but of course you can just get the pieces for this little build here and kind of mirror it across if you really want to. So it's not that big of an issue, and of course you can also just take it off completely if you want to and just move the arm about on its own. But yeah, the rest of the mech is pretty good, a lot better than I was expecting, and I would definitely recommend it. It's a nice cheap set to get the brand new Lloyd. Of course the only other way you can get him is in the Hydro Bounty, so yeah, there's definitely a big plus to this. And yeah, just a quick look at the instructions. As you can see, the front here, front of the box, and then in the back we just have a couple of advertisements. We've got the 5 Seabound sets there, and then this Rebuild the World thing. So yeah, that is it for this review, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you again very soon.